if you're here to create a life that is aligned with your soul and your highest potential, well, then you came to the right place in order to learn how to do so. There's a life out there for you where you're the most abundant, where you're the most fulfilled, where you're really tapping into that divinity that you really are, right? That divine being that is all powerful, that is supernatural, that creates reality. And you're really tapping into that, learning how to actually put it into this lifetime. And that's what you're going to be learning how to do in this video. So if you don't know me already, my name is Ira Morphy, and I'm a metaphysical guide who has helped transform thousands of people's lives through this knowledge, through actually helping them tap into their divinity. And that changes lives. So the first step, right, to achieve this is 3 simple steps. And as soon as you implement this, you'll transform your life in the next 16 weeks. The first step is to strengthen your awareness. This is the most important part. Awareness is the most important part out of all of this. And once you strengthen this, you actually strengthen your connection and alignment with your highest being. Step number 2 is to work with your dark side, because although that side, right, strengthening that connection is fun, your dark side is super important as well, because that's how you shed the layers that hold you back from your goals, from your potential, right? By healing the emotional wounds that were caused by trauma. And step number 3 is to manage and strengthen your spiritual connection and knowledge, right? Wisdom. Nourish yourself with life-changing wisdom and metaphysical knowledge to deep dive into the spiritual realm. So step number 1, right? Let's get into step number 1, how to do this. Without awareness, any spiritual practice you do will not work. You need awareness to heal, you need awareness to read energy, you need awareness to manipulate energy, which you can do, to dive into other planes of existence, to manifest. You need to tap into your inner truth. And anything spiritual that you do, it needs awareness, right? You're not your body, you're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions or experiences. You're in fact the awareness that is experiencing all of those things. So since that's your essence, that's your divinity, that's your power. And that awareness can actually go beyond your physical body and to other places outside of the physical realm, not just inside the physical realm, right? It can go outside as well. And so I'm going to teach you a part of my hyper-awareness strategy, which I use with my clients as a way to transcend the limits of the human mind and create a life aligned with our highest potential as spiritual beings. When you become a part aware of something, you acknowledge and observe it, right? You're opening that energy channel to that thing that you're observing, that you're aware of, right? And the more you observe and become aware of something, the more apparent it becomes, the stronger it actually gets. Its energy gets stronger. And this awareness opens up the energy channel that I was speaking of that connects you to this thing which you are aware of. And this energy channel helps you interpret this thing and work on it or manipulate the energy within it. So it gets really big, right? Since everything is energy just vibrating at different frequencies. So you can put your awareness outside of you even if you can't see what you're observing. So with your physical eyes, you can put your awareness on an organ to heal it. You can put your awareness on a future reality so that you can manifest it. You can use your awareness to analyze the blockages that impede you from going to that next level in life. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Your awareness is the most important thing that you need in order to really tap into that potential. You are a supernatural being, and your awareness is the key to unlocking this potential. Now, this is why awareness is the root of your growth towards your highest alignment, and I hope you do that with my hyper-awareness strategy. And this implies using your awareness as the foundation for any spiritual practice that you do. By correctly strengthening your awareness in each of the following steps, and also overall, you will transform your life, for it is the key to managing, unlocking, and strengthening spiritual abilities. Doing proper shadow work, shedding the layers that no longer serve you and that are holding you back, and so much more. Now, step number 2 is to work with your dark side. Most people are eager to dive into the spiritual realms, into the metaphysical realms, and all of that, right? And while we're also going to be doing that, working with your shadow should be taken just as seriously, and if not even more. Your shadow is the part of you that you actually repress due to trauma that you don't love. And if you don't actively work on healing your shadow, because everybody has a shadow, everybody, right? You're also not really working as much as in tapping into your spiritual potential, right? This keeps you at a lower vibration, so this is why you cannot do one without the other. You cannot work on your awareness without working on the shadow, right? This will negatively impact you in the spiritual path by affecting your manifestations, on grounding you, blocking you, not giving you clarity, attracting negative energies into your life, and so much more if you're not like actively working on it. Now, time and space is a human construct and does not actually exist. Every single time you experience trauma in the first 70 years of your life, it becomes a negative distortion in your timeline, right? In time and space. And energetically, this distortion keeps bringing you back in time, since time and space doesn't exist, to that traumatic event back in time, right? Since past, future, and present are all happening at once, simultaneously. This means that you keep repeating old patterns caused by your shadow if you don't literally go back in time and solve this trauma. And yes, we can go back in time, remember that, not physically with our bodies, but we do so with our consciousness and with our vibration. In fact, we go back in time. Going back in time is an essential part of shadow work, so we can reprogram the memories that created the shadow aspects of us and remove the energetic distortion it has in our timeline. Like that, we can move forward. And this is why we will reprogram the vibration of the memories that created the shadow using the memory regression method, which is something I created to use your emotions, right? Your emotions are vibration, energy in motion, to access the subconscious memories for reprogramming. This will unlock your repressed aspects, remove any blocks you have, ground you, and help you ascend, since the layers holding you back, that's what holds you back from your highest potential. And the path to ascension is a path of healing. Remember that, right? You cannot do one without the other. Step number 3 is to manage and strengthen your spiritual connection and wisdom. A lot of people jump into the spiritual journey without the proper systems and knowledge, which can turn out to be super dangerous, especially if you're hypersensitive and, to the spiritual realm, you're gifted. And that could cause energies to latch onto you, to not really manage the spiritual world correctly. And so the problem with this is that if you think you will go, you want to remember that the path to ascension is a path of healing, because you cannot ascend with all that baggage holding you back at the end of the day. So learning how to consistently shed in order to keep ascending throughout life and always level up, that is really going to help you. Now, when it comes to this, remember, the path to ascension is a path of healing, and you cannot do one without the other. Now, step number 3 is to manage and strengthen your spiritual connection and wisdom. A lot of people jump into the spiritual journey wanting to dive into all these different realms of existence, really tap into their potential, and they don't do it with the proper system, right? And this can turn out very dangerous for people, especially if they're hypersensitive, they're spiritually gifted. And that can cause, right, not understanding how the spiritual realm works and diving into it without like the proper guidance and knowledge can basically turn into energies latching onto you, messing with you, and mental and physical disturbances can arise. So I'll personally guide you towards understanding the metaphysical realm with ancient knowledge and downloaded wisdom, so you can navigate it safely and properly work on it towards ascension, right? And alignment with your highest spiritual path, using the hyper-awareness strategies, which we will use in order to implement this knowledge into your personal situation, right? This will ensure that you stay safe in the spiritual journey as you deep dive into it, and at the same time nourish you with life-changing information that you're putting into action every single day. And that's how you really will align with yourself, right? You need to really nourish yourself with knowledge, because you can only do as much as you know. Now, if you're not strengthening your awareness, you're going to continue to experience a lack of connection to the spiritual realm, or overall a lack of connection, right? Unfulfilling spiritual practices, since you can't really do much without a strong awareness, a feeling of being spiritually stuck or without advancing, or a lack of alignment overall, or a want to do more but not really know how to. If you're not working with your dark side, you're going to feel blocked subconsciously in a low vibration, affecting manifestations and spiritual journey. And this will also cause you to bleed on others, right? Because if you're wounded and you're not healing, then you're going to eventually project that onto the world. If you're not managing and strengthening your spiritual connection and wisdom, you're going to continue to experience a lack of structure and knowledge that impedes you from being safe and also advancing in the spiritual journey, since once again, you can only do as much as you know. Now, This is why I created the Higher Beings Experience. And my purpose with the Higher Beings Experience is to guide you towards alignment with your soul, your inner truth, and your highest spiritual potential through metaphysical teachings and deep or personal work. We also strive on helping those called to become guides actually do so, because for me, my mission personally is to help you become the change that you want to see in the world, and that's how we truly change the world. Now, what makes us unique is that we have deciphered a way to use human awareness as the foundation to transcend the limits of the human mind. Without human awareness, or your actual awareness, which is the most powerful thing you have, you can't do any of the 3 steps, right? And this is actually how to transcend the limits that society puts on the human mind, and unlocking your alignment with your highest potential, creating a soul-tailored journey just for you. Now, you can see this being a very big transformative journey for many people, just like Christina, who had mismanaged gifts, who was very unfulfilled with her life, didn't know what direction to go, had no clarity, and as soon as she started working with me, she was able to completely 360 her life.
Speaking about my experience within the higher being community and with Ira. I started 1 month ago, 1.5, and in just a few times I started radically to change my life from this to this. I mean that with Ira, you can reach your potential, your goals. You can truly heal yourself. You can truly become a higher being, knowing yourself and discovering as well what are your potential, your gift, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and how to face all of these things. How to be. It's the most amazing experience I ever did in my life, and thanks to you, Ira. Really.
I love it. She was able to really change her life in 1 month. That's crazy. And you can also shed the layers that hold you back from your true potential. At the end of the day, we all have layers. Like, even the most enlightened person, we're always going to have layers. But learning how to consistently shed this and keep ascending, right? Because in order to ascend in life, we always need to shed. And we're going to ascend multiple times in life. So you might as well learn how to shed, right? We're going to make it easier. Like this girl right here, she's going to stay anonymous, but she was dealing with a very, very intense, dark night of the soul. And she had no idea exactly what to work on and heal in order to, get out of the dark night of the soul, which is a period in your life where you're facing your shadow self, right? Those repressed aspects start to come up and you start to become very blocked. You lack clarity. You're going through a lot of emotions. You don't really know what to do. And I was able to help her pinpoint exactly what is going on and help her change it. Now, you also have, we also have Duna right here, who was dealing with intense psychotic episodes. And I was able to pinpoint exactly what was going on with her energetically and help her neutralize herself. And she no longer suffers, right, from this mental disturbances that she was dealing, because what she was actually experiencing was a spiritual phenomena, right, that happens when you are ungrounded. Now, how does this actually work? I've spent months creating the experience that completely 360 your life in just 16 weeks, and this is how, right? If you're doubtful, stay with me. I'll show you some crazy stories later on, but here's exactly how I'll guide you in the next 16 weeks. Phase number 1 is orientation and welcome, where I get to know your goals, your challenges, what you're going through, etc. Phase number 2 is understanding spiritual awakenings, and we really go in depth into them, into the phases of spiritual awakenings, which one you're on right now, and how to navigate them. Phase number 3 is healing past traumas. This is where we learn to shed, where we learn to, remove those blockages and really dive into emotional healing. Phase number 4 is energy management and awareness, strengthening the fun part, right? Diving into your spiritual gifts and further strengthening them to the supernatural abilities you truly have. Phase number 5 is symbolism, to understand the language of the universe and help you out in life, right? Understanding how the universe communicates with you. Phase number 6, understanding chakras. Chakras are super important and affects us in our daily life. Phase number 7, dream work. Yes, we dive into different realms of existence in order to really get to know more about ourselves and learn about the universe. Phase number 8, alignment. If you're somebody who is feeling unfulfilled, or you really want to align more with who you truly are and actually have action steps towards that and no longer have like a lack of clarity, this is where you're going to learn it, right? And you're going to learn how to align with your inner truth. And phase number 9, if you're somebody who's looking to actually become a spiritual guide as a career, this is where you're going to learn how. And if not as a career, then you're also going to be learning skills that will help you in your daily life to just help people overall. Actually put yourself as a place of more authority, right? And be a teacher. Learn how to lead people, learn how to communicate your knowledge, etc. And this is also where you're going to learn how to business-wise put yourself out there. And 3 reasons why this community will help you align with your highest spiritual potential. It will be a soul-tailored journey just for you. We match everything to your specific spiritual journey, your challenges, your goals, everything. And this creates a unique experience that is just for you. Direct access to psychic insights. Yes, I am psychic, and every single time you need help or you're asking a question, I'm also going to be able to give you more of the spiritual gist of it, not just the like the knowledge, right? This will give you very, very, very deep, resonating help that really taps into your spiritual needs. And empowering you to educate others. This is for you really 100% if you're looking to become a spiritual guide, because this prepares you to do so. Now, here's what you're getting if you're selected. Of course, this is a limited experience with limited spots, because we want to make sure it's protected. Everybody's being vulnerable here. We're learning about our spirituality. It's a very intense spiritual experience, so we need to make sure it's with the right energy. So the first feature is to unlock a community of like-minded individuals, where you learn from other people, you teach other people as well if you want to, you share wisdom, they share wisdom, and you never feel alone. I really wish I would have had that when I first started my spiritual journey, to be honest. But this will really help you grow spiritually a lot, because when you're surrounded with like-minded people, it's game over. So feature number 2 is access to metaphysical video knowledge. You're going to discover different spiritual practices, videos, resources that are all done by me, and it's going to help you understand the metaphysical realm from like A to Z, like from beginner to expert stuff. Now, feature number 3 is spiritual connection circles. We do weekly calls with me, and you're going to receive tailored guidance and shared wisdom, right? You learn from others, and I also help you individually on this, and we really support you every single step of the way. Like, I answer also your private messages. Aside from like everything, you also are able to message me. One-on-ones with me as well. You're gonna get soul-tailored metaphysical guidance through private sessions with me, where I read your energy and I'm able to pinpoint exactly where you're at in your spiritual journey and what you need to do in order to achieve your goals or get to that higher reality, right? I help you pinpoint the path in the quantum field and help you basically remove the blocks and tell you what to do to actually get there. But there's way more, right? If you're selected, you'll also be getting the bonus feature number 1, which is the hyper awareness strategy. If you strengthen your awareness correctly, you can transform your life. It's the truth. It's really the key to unlocking, managing, and strengthening spiritual abilities and connection. And it also helps you do proper shadow work to shed the layers that hold you back, among other things. And bonus feature number 2 is the memory regression method, which is going to unlock repressed aspects that you can use to your advantage, remove any blocks you have, ground yourself. And the shadow is the true root to most negative experiences, because everything is connected. Now, 2024 is the universal year of money, success, abundance, because you're aligning with your highest self, right? With your mission. And so 2023 was the year that you realized what you're meant to do through a lot of challenges and shadow work, and it was a shadow year. And in this year, you're meant to put it into action. So there's going to be a lot of your greatest strengths and weaknesses coming out this year. But if you are able to align and really, have the courage to align with your mission, the universe will reward you in this year, because it is the prosperity year. So you must take advantage of it. Now, I should charge a lot of money for this, because it has honestly changed so many people's lives,
everyone.
like Samu's.
And I just want to share a little bit about my experience with Ira and her community. So far, I have learned a lot about awareness as a key into essentially like the key that opens the door to who you are, to the traumas that you're carrying, to doing the healing that you need to do in able to tap into your gifts and strengthen them. It's been amazing to be able to share with others who are going through similar paths, right? We are reflecting each other's experiences. We are learning from each other's experiences. I really encourage folks who want to go into the spiritual path to join the community. So far, it's been amazing. I'm looking forward to the next couple weeks, the next couple months, and the grow.
I love it. And right here you can see Rajiv, who had a business. He wasn't really fulfilled with it, and he knew he had something more. He knew he was meant for more, and I was able to really help him with that, right? Finding his purpose and actually diving into his spiritual abilities. Now he's able to astral travel. He's able to really do crazy stuff. Right here you can see Vicky, who was dealing with really mismanaged gifts in the verge of like psychosis, and she came to me. She went to so many healers, psychics. She wasn't able to figure out what her problem was, and I was able to pinpoint her imbalanced root and help her balance it, what to do, right? And it really changed her life. As you can see, she's pretty grateful. And among other among other reviews. But at the end of the day, yes, I said I should charge a lot because I do see so many other spiritualists. While it is really amazing, you know, nothing against them charging like 10K or 5K or all these really crazy high numbers. Nothing against that, but I do really believe that if you're truly committed, if you really want to make an impact, this should be accessible to you. And it's something that I really wanted to bring to you. So that's why I made it pretty accessible. So if you're ready to really get started on this journey towards aligning with your true divine power in this universal year number 8 for abundance, success, and overall fulfillment and alignment, apply for the Higher Beings experience down below, and I cannot wait to see you inside.